And so for 3 and 4 votes, it's hard to take action if he's not here for recommendation. Item number 5 is to discuss and possibly approve increase in cost of lighting on Riverwalk due to the addition of plugs on the poles. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, a couple meetings back, we talked about putting these lights up down the Riverwalk, and we had approved through y'all, I don't know what the amount was, remember Peggy what it was?
34,000.
34,000. Well, the, in cameras, them wanted some plug-ins and stuff like that on all the light poles that we're putting in, and that's gonna cost about $12,000. And before we said to do it, we wanted to check with everybody, because we only had 30,000 approved for the lights.
Was this on the bid before, on the 34,000?
Yes.
It was a bid?
Yes, but with the changes, the bid's gonna change, so they couldn't do it for the same price.
But the light pole itself is the same,
No,
right? I mean, there
no,
won't be
no,
any
it's-
difference
You have to
in.
get up.
That's the reason the price went up, because you can't put
It's
plugs
just
in all the
the
poles.
plug.
Right, you have
It's
to
the
change the
increase in
poles
cost.
itself. Right.
And I know that, I think it was the historic, is it one of the
That'll be
plugs?
for Christmas in the
Yeah.
park, and maybe, what about the,
But it increased us by 12,000, well, we have to approve was 30,000, so before we don't start work, we needed to see if something council wanted to go ahead and bump the price up
That's just for the upgrading the outlets and the poles.
And the
How
wiring.
many-
and the wiring,
the wiring.
larger wire.
Because it's not something that can be added at a later time, correct? Long term basis could not be
No.
added at a
No.
It could be added not to the pole.
They should have a.
Yeah. Here's some of the stuff. Wouldn't think that is good. That's hole in that thing.
That's all I want to see is the pole.
Yeah.
The same style pole.
And how soon, Miss, how soon do y'all need to know all of this? It's just waiting on us to
Just
go
waiting.
through.
Yeah.
He said he'd get started whenever you wanted to.
Do y'all need any other information or this, that this had? What was that this that they
I
just?
think everybody has one.
Oh, this copy,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
there's one in the packet.
Yeah.
And have we checked with anyone else about the cost on this, or, I know he was the cheapest.
Yeah, we had 2 original bids, and I haven't went forward with that, when he gave me this.
What makes it difficult getting a bid on adding this to it is you can't, I don't think you're gonna get 2 electricians to work together, you already got an electrician doing part of it.
Yeah.
So it either have to approve this or send it, maybe send it all of it back out for bid, total,
Right.
Start all over.
to get a total job bid for it.
That's my only problem, is there's nothing to compare it to.
Well, you don't, when the original bids, they were compared, he was the cheapest. But with our changes, it bumped it up to this. Now, like you said, if we want to go back out for bids, with these changes, then we'll, are all over the process. You know,
How close was the original bid, was it close?
$6,000.
so they have to do the changes for about 6,000 to equal.
We're in a big hurry on these.
Not that big, or I mean, but we want to hurt people, we want to hurt people like them.
So
How long is it going to take them to get it in? If we did go out for other bids, I know it'll take a couple of months with bids, and
A
then
couple of weeks, I'll have me in a couple of weeks.
after they receive permission to do it.
And really, we only have to run, if we go out for additional bids, it's 2 weeks.
It could just postmark from now about a month, month and a half,
Yeah.
before we get it put up. But sometime in here.
In your estimation, is this a fair bid for the additional?
I would think so. He was the cheapest first time out, and the additions of grading holes, yeah, I would say. How many holes were there?
15.
15 holes, probably about $400 hole, plus the wire, plus kind of the. When you talk about that many holes, it's not really that big a jump like it sounds.
For one, I think I'd like to see you go back out, just because we can get a comparison on the price. Okay, one person do it.
I second that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the motion.
Okay.
Okay. And Johnny seconded it. All in favor, put this out again for bids before. Thank you.